Hey guys, welcome to the second half of the commentary of the top 10 other Disney villains. Now, the next number that we got on the list, I gotta say, I knew that I had to incorporate it because, well, this is me we're talking about. And I'll be honest, Epic Mickey is one of my favorite games that I've done. And I would consider myself possibly the biggest Epic Mickey fan there is, mostly because I made an entire web series dedicated to the games where I would go and talk about each of the forgotten Disney characters there is in there. And with this, I knew that I had to go and incorporate the Shadow Blot into this, because like even the sheer size of him is just so massive, and I can tell that it is very reminiscent of Chernobog from Night on Bald Mountain. And it's definitely one of the things that really do make it Epic Mickey. This is one of the reasons why it's called Epic Mickey. And one of my favorite moments in the game is actually at the end of the end of the level where Mickey has to go around the broken Dark Beauty Castle while simultaneously fighting the Shadow Blot. It's just incredible. And it is funny to know how like there is parallels between this and the Phantom Blot, which I remember seeing him like kind of as this generic villain voiced by John O'Hurley in the House of Mouse. Oh yeah, and then we have this version, which I'm sure a lot of people have mistaken for Oogie Boogie for some reason, like kind of an inverted colors Oogie Boogie, which I wouldn't blame you, but it still is a really amazing game. And especially if you look at the concept art for it, it's just phenomenal. They look amazing. And actually, one interesting thing to note is that originally, like, Oswald the Lucky Rabbit was supposed to be the villain in the Epic Mickey game, and he was actually supposed to fuse with the Shadow Blot to become something called the Storm Blot, which, funny enough, they actually did reference in Epic Mickey 2, so it does make me wonder, what were they planning for Epic Mickey 3 before the entire studio of Junction Point shut down, unfortunately? But I do have to say that the story of it is phenomenal. Possibly one of the best things Mickey has ever been in. And, like, you gotta thank this thing, you gotta thank the game for introducing Oswald to mainstream media, like, to our modern culture, basically, because nowadays, Disney is noticing that. Oh yeah, and this is where I do my Mickey Mouse impression, because it is true when you think about it, like, when you have seen the Fantasmic show, because this is the entire moment that they're building up. The ultimate battle between Mickey and Maleficent. And then, like they just ended off with, "Oh yeah, that's real nice, but this is my dream." And that's it. You know, like, there's no big fight. I mean, like, you'd expect something that would parallel to the Sleeping Beauty movie, where, like, Prince Philip would battle the Maleficent dragon, but no, it's like, it's honestly anticlimactic, but, like, they do have to do just this 22-minute show, or less than a half hour, so, like, I do get that they're actually short on time and stuff like that. Oh my god, the next number, out of all the characters, out of all the villains, this was the one that was the hardest to, to do all the research for it. I wouldn't say that I'm a huge fan of the Kingdom Hearts games. Like, I haven't played them all. I do like the first one, and I do like the second one as well. But my god, it is so hard doing all the research because of how complex that Square Enix, for some reason, they really want to make the story. It's just so hard, like, it's just very difficult to follow, I gotta say. And like honestly, even at this point, I don't think I've gotten all of what it's about and stuff like that. And, like, keep in mind, this is just for Xehanort, and I think I spent an entire day just on doing research alone. I think I might have done the written part on him as well, but just to do the research on all this, it's just so hard. Exactly. Like afterwards, I just feel like a Monty Python sketch, and I'm just there. My brain hurts. But I could definitely see how Xehanort is definitely a great villain, voiced by the late and great Leonard Nimoy. It's just everything about him is just so, like, definitely fantastic, and really a smart character. Like, he definitely has everything planned out, but like maybe he has everything too planned out to the point that, like, I don't really understand it all. It's like, what are you doing? But yeah, it's just it's not an like the entire thing about Kingdom Hearts, it's really not easy to follow, especially when you're just a Disney fan like me, and all you want to do is just, you know, you want to fight against bad guys next to Disney characters. That's a really awesome concept. Why not just keep it like that? You don't have to make such a freaking complex story. Like, for God's sakes, less Sora, more Disney, please. Oh my God. But yeah, even trying to explain everything in here, like just this part alone, it doesn't even cover like a fraction of the entire games and stuff like that. And the one thing that I do feel annoyed is that how everything is so well connected together, yet they're all in like separate consoles and stuff like that. There's one game on the Nintendo DS, there's one game on the 3DS, and then there's a game on the PSP, the PS Vita, and like it goes all over the place. I do understand now, like the problem of this is it's easily solved because of the like 2.5s and the 2.8s and the 1.5s and all that stuff. But I don't know, it's like, you gotta admit, it's a very, very hard game to follow, but I will admit it is a well-made game. But it's just like, my God, like, I don't know if I, like, it's just trying to understand all this. I just want to go there and be like, can I just have my, just have my Disney characters, please? I like, you don't have to be this difficult. No, but yeah, but definitely, but I'm not going to deny Master Xehanort is a fantastic villain. I mean, like, he's already up there in, oh yeah, I also incorporated one of the clips of Kingdom Hearts 3. I completely forgot about that. And, funny enough, like, Disney is still taking, like, Square Enix is taking forever to do it. By the way, if you, just saying that as I'm doing this commentary, Kingdom Hearts 3 has yet to be released yet. They haven't even released a release date for it. So, it's just like, oh boy, like, I know that Kingdom Hearts fans are still waiting forever for it. Oh, and now the next one on the list is pretty much, you take Xehanort, but you make it a little bit more easier to explain and understand. And with that, you pretty much get Syndrome from The Incredibles. And actually, I do have a very funny story with Syndrome, actually. Is that there was at one point I was hanging out with my friends, and one of them actually realized that they actually told me that I would be a great cosplayer as Incrediboy. Because apparently with the looks on my face, I actually look like Incrediboy for some reason. I don't know, like, what do you guys think? Do I have the face of an Incrediboy or Syndrome? But, yeah, that's the thing with Syndrome. Like, I always associated him looking like Brad Bird, but never with myself. I don't know, I always consider that I have a handsome face, but Syndrome, like a Syndrome face, I don't know. Like, I have better teeth than him, that's for sure. But yeah, The Incredibles, definitely one of Pixar's best films, definitely amazing, and it's one of the reasons why I love Brad Bird so much. And with Syndrome, it's actually such a clever idea that you take a fanboy and you turn him into a villain. That's actually so incredible, and honestly, that might be every celebrity's nightmare, where they have this major fanboy and then his heart was broken so badly to the point that he becomes like your arch nemesis and would stop at nothing to take him down, and he has already taken him down and stuff like that. And yeah, that's actually one of the biggest questions that I do have with Xehanort, is that how the fridge did he get all the money for it? Like, I understand that he said, like, oh, like, how did I get rich? I invented weapons, but like, you know, it just feels weird, and it brings up so many questions. How not a lot of people would have heard about, you know, like this little guy named Buddy making so much money, making such innovative creations in terms of weaponry and security. It's just crazy. And this, oh, I gotta say that this line alone is probably what made him such a fascinating villain, because once you understand his goal, like, that is just an amazing idea, and it's a really clever idea to really destroy superheroes and stuff like that. And it is very true when you think about it, because like, if everybody has something, then how is it like special, you know? It's kind of like having an Apple product, or it's like you know, it's like having an iPhone. Like, you'll see people bragging about having an iPhone or stuff like that. But really, if everybody has an iPhone, is it really worth bragging about? Because like, it's not really special if you own it, because everybody owns it. Well, I'm not saying like everybody has an iPhone or stuff like that, but I'm just using it as an example. You guys know what I mean, right? But I don't know. Honestly, I actually went with iPhone because I just looked around the corner and I see my phone there. So it's like, oh, I'll use you as an example. Oh yeah, and oh yeah, that is true. Like, it could be possible that Syndrome got his money just the same way as Tony Stark did. However, the one thing that does escape my mind is like, I'm surprised that Syndrome doesn't even have as much popularity as Tony Stark, like at least in the Incredibles universe and stuff like that. Oh, right. Okay, now the next one on the list, I have to say, it's just, this is one of the things that do really bug me, and no pun intended. It's just that I really do love The Nightmare Before Christmas. Like, everybody is right when they say that it's such an amazing movie. And, like, I can see how Oogie Boogie is such a fun villain, but it always bugs me how, like, we don't know why he's an evil villain. And, like, when I released the video, I remember the fanboys, they were trying to prove me wrong and stuff like that, and they were trying to tell me, like, they were giving me their explanations to why Oogie Boogie was a villain and stuff like that, which made absolutely no sense, because it was never explained in the movie. Like, that's the thing. I hate it when people try to use their fan theories, and I got, like, so many of them, like, so many different kinds. It just makes no sense. I understand that you're just trying to defend the movie, but, like, you have to admit, as amazing as The Nightmare Before Christmas is, like, it does have a bit of holes that it didn't patch. It didn't patch. Like, that's my only concern with Oogie Boogie. And, like, I knew I had to put him on, like, and that's the thing. I knew I had to put him in the honorable mentions and stuff like that, because, like, or, like, if not, then people are gonna, like, freaking flip out, and they're gonna be mad at me and stuff. Like, it's enough that people were a bit depressed. I'm not gonna say depressed. Well, they're a bit disappointed that I didn't put in Captain Barbossa, which technically he would be at number 11. But with Oogie Boogie, it's just like, why? And you know, if I could be very honest, if they kept that deleted scene of when, like, it was actually the doctor that turns out to be Oogie Boogie, then it would really explain a lot. That would actually improve the movie. I don't know why they decided to delete that. Like, we need a reason why Oogie Boogie is bad. Not just, like, we need, like, I know that there are movies that sometimes it's better not to explain and stuff like that, but this one does need a bit of an explanation. I mean, like, we're talking about, like, this popular Disney villain and stuff, like, you know, can you explain? Yeah, exactly this. Like, this would have made the movie so much better, or at least it would have improved the Oogie Boogie character. And, like, why they had to delete it just makes no sense. And also this, oh yeah, the video game. honestly, that does not make sense to me. Like, oh, have this bug holiday and stuff. I don't know. Like, maybe there's like this small unofficial happy national bug day or something, but I don't know. Oh yeah, your pathetic Halloween and turn it into Crawloween. Yeah, like no. I don't buy it. I've honestly never played the Nightmare Before Christmas games, but I don't know. But I will say the execution on Oogie Boogie is still a great villain. I'm not saying Oogie Boogie is a bad villain. He's definitely, like, he just lacks an explanation. Other than that, he is definitely great. Oh, fudge this. Oh, we're getting into this. Okay. Let me tell you a little bit about the Black Widow bride from the Haunted Mansion. Oh my god. Okay. So, the interesting thing is that I start out with her backstory, and I actually took this when I went to a tour of the Magic Kingdom called Keys to the Kingdom, where they actually bring you behind the scenes and stuff like that, and it's actually very interesting, and I would highly recommend it if you're able to get it, then I highly recommend that you guys do it. Now, the thing is with her backstory, they say that it's the most mysterious of them all because there are different interpretations. But the one that I'm using here is the one that was explained to me. And, like, honestly, it does make sense because when you're in the attic, you see that in each picture, she actually gains a new necklace, so that's where she gets her money. And, oh god, like, I remember when I was, like, when I first went in the ride, it's honestly, I feel like I had a near-death experience when, oh my god, her voice especially is possibly one of the most horrifying and scariest things I have ever heard in my life. And, by the way, guys, you want to know a really frightening thing about the Black Widow bride? Her voice, believe it or not, is the same voice as Dee Dee from Dexter's Lab. I kid you not. I forgot the name of the voice actress. It's Kat something, but no, definitely a talented voice actress. And holy crap, what she did here is just, it's just mortifying. It's just the scariest things I've ever seen. Oh, good god. Yeah, and like, it just brings me back PTSD moments, man. You weren't there. Like, everybody keeps on saying, oh, I remember the Haunted Mansion. Yeah, it's a fun little ride where a hitchhiking ghost sits next to you. Yeah, remember the moment where you're in the attic and then there's this evil bride that is about to freaking kill you? Yeah, nobody seems to talk about that. Oh my god, but it's just like, but I'm not gonna deny the Haunted Mansion is possibly one of the best Disney rides I've ever been. Period. It is phenomenal. But oh god, it's taking Disney's magic and turn it into freaking evil. Now, I think at this point, I actually want to mention about the ending scene. Honestly, this is my favorite ending that I've ever done to a video. And here's the thing. Originally, I thought about this ending a while back when I wanted to do the Epic Mickey Files. If ever the Black Widow bride would appear as like a boss or something in the Epic Mickey Files, this is something that I want to do, is have like this montage scene of me doing exercises and then like getting into gear, attacking her. Well, not attacking her, but like being prepared to fight. And originally I wanted to do the end of I'll Make a Man Out of You, but then I saw that some jerk with a camera already did that at the end of one of the parts for what was it? The It's a Small World review. And it's actually amazing. Like, definitely, like, if you guys haven't seen Some Jerk with a Camera, I highly recommend that you do. But I will say that so, like, I decided not to do that, but instead I would do the short hair music from, like, the same thing as Mulan. And, oh god. Oh yeah. This is basically every word that comes out of her mouth It's pretty much saying that I'm gonna kill you. And by the way, that is John Panette, fantastic comedian. Unfortunately, he is dead, but definitely one of my favorite comedians. And also, I gotta say that how else can I put it? And okay, so yeah, with the montage scene, like I've set it up like to have that where I want to go and like be prepared to fight. And if I could be very honest, what was that? I kind of lost my train of thought because of all. Oh my lord, that is the face of death that I just saw. Anyways, no, but yeah, I think that's pretty much what I want to say about the montage. Is that like I pretty much wanted to set up this big fight, and since, well, there's no Epic Mickey 3 and Junction Point shut down, well, unfortunately, like this idea like of mine couldn't really happen, but instead there is this, and I decided to do that as the ending of this video, which I am really happy about that I have done. It's such an amazing idea. And the one thing I want to say, I think now is the best time to talk about the ending. Now, at the end, I did not specify if I actually like won the battle against the Haunted Mansion ghost or stuff like that. Honestly, I didn't set up an ending. I left that to the interpretation of the audience. I left them thinking about what happened in the end. Just let their imaginations run wild. Kind of have this, this is pretty much the epilogue of the top 10. Where, like, if you guys want to know what it is, well, I'll leave you guys to think about it. Like, did I live? Did I die? Or what happened? That's all up to you. Make whatever fan art of what you want. Oh my god, actually, funny story about this. One of the ghosts that I put in here, hold on a sec. Yeah, the Hatbox ghost. I actually, funny enough, I actually put him like in there among the other Haunted Mansion ghosts. And funny enough, it's about a year and a half later, he would actually appear in the ride, believe it or not. So it's kind of like I predicted the future. And it's actually, I just find it really funny that, like, oh my god, I was right that the Hatbox ghost is now officially in the Haunted Mansion. Oh yeah, and oh yeah, the suit. I gotta say, like, with the whole gear that I made, the inspiration for it actually came from an art by Phil Bunny where he made a steampunk version of me. And, like, a lot of it is very similar. I took inspiration from it, especially with the shotgun and the steampunk goggles. But I gotta say, like, that art itself is definitely phenomenal. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. And I just want to say thank you guys so much for listening. And tune in for more top 10s, and hopefully I can make more videos as awesome as this. So we'll just have to wait and see. So again, thank you guys so much for listening, and until next time, see you later, dudes.